Fala galera, Thiago Lira aqui mais uma vez trazendo um evento aqui que foi feito para a imprensa, mas estou compartilhando com vocês aqui em Ritmo de Fuga, onde tivemos a presença do Edgar Wright e do Ansel Elgort, que puderam falar um pouquinho com a gente. Inclusive pude fazer uma pergunta e virei involuntariamente uma piada do diretor. Então dá uma olhada aí, valeu?
Ritmo de fuga. Ritmo de fuga. Ritmo de fuga.
So I'm going to start with a question for Edgar first. You were telling us today that all stunts were done live, not with green screen or anything, and that Ansel was in the car, and he's a really good driver.
Yeah, so I'd say like 95% of the stunts are in camera. There's maybe a couple of green screen shots, but 95% of it is shot for real, on location. And obviously there's all the stunt driving, but I think I was explaining to you last night. The other thing that's tricky, that makes it very complicated, just intensity, is that we show all of the actor shots on the roads too. Now, in a lot of modern action films, people shoot that stuff on green screen, and all the reaction shots of the actors, they're shot on green screen to sort of, it's just, it's easier, in inverted commas. But we wanted to do it for real, so that meant that all of the actors were out on the roads, on the freeways, for all of that stuff. Now, the tricky thing is, even when there's like a stunt driver driving, like on this kind of sidecar outside the rig, Ansel still has to act and follow exactly what the driver's doing as he's doing it, so it looks totally real. And then there's a couple of shots in the movie as well where Ansel's driving completely free, and with the camera's just in the car with him or it's locked. So it was a bit of everything. So the main thing is that Ansel had to kind of like learn to do all of these turns, so that in all of the sequences he really like sort of knows what he's doing. He understands what he's doing. So maybe you can talk a bit about that.
Yeah, I did a lot of stunt training, which obviously is like everybody's dream. You get to learn how to slide a car around and do all these tricks. But unfortunately, they didn't let me do all the stunts in the movie, even though I wanted to try to do all of them. I think because they didn't want me to kill like Jamie Foxx and John Hamm and these big movie stars. But when I was alone in the car, they let me do some of the stunts. So when I did the training, I learned how to do in theory, learning the stunts was really important, because then even if someone else was driving the car, I could still turn the wheel the way that I should be turning it, because sometimes in these action movies, you see people just doing kind of random things with the wheel. But here, we made sure that when I was turning the wheel, it would be what I would have to do to make the car do that stuff. So I think it ended up looking very authentic, and people who are into cars and know a lot about that kind of driving have appreciated the attention to detail. But I think that attention to detail is sort of throughout the whole movie, and that's really credit to Edgar, because we did spend about a month of prep, and the driving training was in that month of prep. A lot of movies wouldn't have done that month, but Edgar wanted to make sure that the driving looked really authentic.
All of the songs were written into the script. I think when I finished the first draft of the script in 2011, I think maybe 25 of the songs were already in there, and nearly all of them we ended up clearing and using. And the good thing about that is we cleared all the music before we started filming, because then we could probably choreograph the scenes to those songs, knowing that we had them. Like, a disaster would be to start filming the movie without the clearances for these tracks, because then you could get yourself into real trouble, or shoot a whole sequence to a song and then not get the song. So we, in prep, and over the course of maybe like a year and a half, we had this clearance person, Kirsten Lane, sort of slowly clearing all of the tracks, so that when we started rehearsing, like Ansel was saying about before, we could actually design the scenes to the songs. And then on top of that, when we're shooting the movie, the actors are listening to the song. So Ansel all of the time, and then sometimes the other actors as well, and actually listening to it on like an earpiece. Obviously when he has his headphones in, the headphones are plugged straight into a playback, in all of the scenes, even like, not just the action scenes or some of the big like numbers, but even like a small scene like when he meets Lily James in the diner for the first time and the Beach Boys is playing during the scene, and Ansel is listening to the Beach Boys in his ears. And it just changes the mood of the scene, so it changes the style of the acting in a good way, because he can hear what we can hear. And so, you know, there's that word diegetic, which means that like the sound is all happening in the sequence. It's happening in actuality. And that was my idea for the movie. It was almost like a diegetic musical. Every song that you hear, apart from the final fact, which is kind of interesting, but every song that you hear is happening in the sequence.
I actually had the soundtrack in 2014 after Edgar and I first read the script and I was auditioning for Baby. I had the soundtrack and it sort of made its way into my iTunes, and whether or not I wanted to listen to it, it would start playing. Because Edgar wanted me to become really familiar with the songs during the audition process, and then once I was lucky enough to get it, during the whole prep process, I had the whole soundtrack and I was listening, and really didn't change much. So certainly once we were in pre-production, it didn't change, and even 2 years before we started filming it, it was pretty similar.
So yeah, I work with the same editors. One of my editors, Paul Matchless, I've worked with for 18 years now, because I worked with him on Space, the TV show that I did before Shaun of the Dead. And then the other guy, John Amos, I worked with since Hot Fuzz. And really, like, what we do is that all of those transitions and stuff, nearly all of it is planned ahead of time. Not all of them are in the script, but nearly all of them are in the storyboards. You can't really make those things up in the edit. The other thing that we did on this film, which was really crucial because there was so much music in the movie, is that we had one of our editors on set the entire time, and just to make sure that the music was all working.
In regards to preparing for all the choreography, we had, in that month of prep that I spoke about, we had our choreographer Ryan Heffington, who choreographed famously the See a Chandelier video. And he's great because he sort of makes that choreography that seems like it could be anybody dancing around their house. I mean, it's not overly choreographed, but it was. We prepared almost every scene in advance, so that way when we got to set, and Ryan would be on set too, we could really have the choreography all down, whether it be making the peanut butter sandwich, or the whole first long shot. And I love to dance, so even in the auditions with Edgar, when he would ask me to dance and stuff, it felt really natural and it felt like a role that I could play.
Bom dia, meu nome é Thiago Lira, sou do time Super Bem-vindos ao Brasil, em primeiro lugar. Eu tenho duas perguntas, uma para o Edgar e outra para o Ansel. Edgar, eu acho que esse é o seu filme mais maduro até agora. Comentaram aqui sobre a montagem dele, realmente, tecnicamente, ele é impressionante, eu diria, comparado assim, com os seus outros filmes. Você acha que chegou aqui no topo mesmo da direção. Mas eu vi algumas pessoas comentando que você acabou esquecendo disso em detrimento ao roteiro. Eu discordo. Mas que recado você daria para essas pessoas que acham que você foi muito plástico e menos coração no roteiro? E para o Ansel, eu gostaria que você compartilhasse com a gente aqui um momento engraçado ou curioso durante as filmagens. Tá? Obrigado.
I don't know, I mean, I think the film does have a lot of heart. I think actually that's one of the reasons that, he's gone. Okay, I get it. I thought you would know.
I have to be both places at the same time, sorry.
I think the film does have a lot of heart, actually. So I slightly disagree with that because I think actually one of the reasons that it's actually connected, like bigger than any of my other movies, is I think there is like an emotionality at the core of it, which I think is very sincere and very real to people, I think, between Baby and Deborah and also Baby and Joe, his foster father. But I think actually one of the reasons that the film is doing so well around the world is because people connect with, like, the young couple and also like with Baby and Joe. And so, it's maybe like a sort of a simpler script than some of the others. There's less dialogue in it than my previous movies, and that was kind of by design as well. When I did write the script, one of the other things that I had in mind was that, usually like my movies don't play so well in non-English language territories because they're so verbal. Like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and Scott Pilgrim and The World's End have got lots and lots and lots and lots of dialogue, and that doesn't always translate. Obviously it has a lot of dialogue as well, but there are long sections of it that play like a silent movie. And that was very deliberate, and I wanted to do something like that because I wanted to sort of have something which might play in more countries in the world. And as a result, maybe it is opening in more countries in the world than any of my other movies, which is really great.
Funny moment from set. I'm just thinking about sometimes when I was trying to be in scenes with Jamie Foxx while he was yelling at me, the way that I would actually be able to keep a straight face. To me, Jamie Foxx's character is both the most scary the scary character in the movie and also the funniest character in the movie. But you know, as an actor, sometimes in a scene, I would break because he would improv things and yell at me and say things that could be kind of funny. So I would reach in my pocket and turn the volume up in my headphones all the way, so I couldn't even hear what he was saying, just like Baby would. You know, originally we weren't supposed to come to Brazil on this tour, and I asked all my fans on Twitter to tweet at Sony Brazil and say, hey, we want Baby Driver to come. I think we did a hashtag Baby Driver to Brazil, and they tweeted enough, and eventually they made it happen. So I'm really happy to have been able to come.
And are you in the movie?
Oh, I am in the movie because in that sequence, in the opening copyright sequence, by accident, I am in one of the reflections in the window watching the sequence. And this is actually true. I don't know if you, it's that bit when Ansel's playing the trumpet, like he's outside the trumpet shop and he's kind of playing the trumpet. You can see me in the reflection really clearly. And it was a mistake. And the special effects guys were going to digitally erase me from the movie because in that sequence the camera is completely gone. And that's where the special visual effects come in, because the camera has been like digitally erased from all of the shots. And then I thought, and I was carrying a monitor, like a big monitor. So what the special effects guys did is they changed my monitor to an iPhone. So it would look like I was looking at my iPhone. So that's where I am in the movie. I'm in the reflection in the ending sequence. So when I was growing up, like sort of, I watched a lot of those movies on TV, like sort of, and not many of them I saw at the cinema because I'm old enough, like, but like I really used to love, I still do love like car movies, and like particularly like the ones like Bullet, French Connection, Vanishing Point, The Driver by Walter Hill is obviously a key influence. Blues Brothers as well. All of those movies, like sort of, I really loved, and I also like that back then pre-CGI, they're all real. It's all real stunt work, and it's extraordinary. So that was a big influence, and a lot of the heist movies as well that I love, like everything from The Getaway to Reservoir Dogs to Straight Time to you know, Heat and Point Break. Like you know, I love like heist movies and I love like car movies, and so the idea of doing a movie like that, but through the very subjective viewpoint of this character and what he's seeing and what he's hearing, that was basically the movie to me.
I was a big fan of Gene Kelly growing up, and you know, Baby doesn't really dance like Gene Kelly, and I didn't really reference him. I guess in terms of dancing, I didn't reference many other people because Baby it's sort of unique the way the character moves, but in a very relatable way. You don't feel as though he's like a trained dancer or anything like that. And obviously Gene Kelly moves better than anybody's ever moved, so hopefully one day maybe Edgar and I can do a musical and I can move like Gene Kelly.
You guys have like a karaoke song?
It's funny, my karaoke song usually is My Sharona by The Knack. But I was in the car the other day in Malaysia and the driver was playing, like, I found that there's a song, like, I'm really surprised by the young people in the car because I realized I knew every single lyric. So I started singing along to I Want to Break Free by Queen. And I knew the lyrics, and then the song kept going, and then I sang every single lyric. So I'm thinking, oh, I guess I know this entire song. So maybe next time I do karaoke, I'll do I Want to Break Free by Queen.
Easy by the Commodores. It's been my karaoke song for a long time, so it's really cool that it's in the movie. But I think now I'm going to change my karaoke song to Never Gonna Give You Up by Barry White. Oh.
Guys, thank you so much. I guess that's a wrap.
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
where can we get these chairs?
That's the best question.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And so,